What advice would you give someone who's just starting out?
Well, I'm from LA, and we just came through these fires. And if there was any reason to give up, that would have been one. But I watched our city. I'm a pastor now. So I pastor a church called Believe LA. And one of the things you got to always do is believe. You got to believe in what God calls you to do. You believe in your gift and never give up. You know, turn a no into a yes, but trust God. Work as though everything depends on you, but pray like everything depends on God. And the next thing you know, you'll be standing there looking at what you said.
He don't know how not to preach. He just got to preach. I loved it.
I'm a songwriter.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lish Speaks, back with another episode of the I'll Just Let Myself In podcast, where we don't wait for anyone to give us an imaginary permission slip. We walk through our God-given doors and walk through my God-given doors I did today. This is a special episode because today we're going to be talking about the BMI Trailblazer Awards for the year 2025, obviously the year we're in, celebrating none other than John P. Key for his contribution to gospel music over the last 30 plus years. Today was a fun day. I'm just getting home not too long ago, and I decided that we need to just do an episode dedicated to this event. It was so much fun to be able to be on the red carpet, meet some of your faves and definitely some of my faves, and ask them some important questions. One of the things that I decided I wanted to do when I wanted to go into media is that I didn't just want to be a podcaster. No shade to podcasting, because this is not an easy thing to do, okay? But I wanted to be more than a podcaster. I wanted to be more than just a public speaker. Those of you that know me personally or grew up in church with me, I'm also a preacher. I'm also a speaker in that form, right? But I wanted to bring something new or different to Christian media spaces, to media spaces in general. And so I decided going into this podcasting space, going into this media space, that I would try my hand at different types of events. And the first person to give me a shot, shout out to Jackie Horbrook, gave me a shot at BCI, Black Christian Influencers Conference. If you're not registered for it, you should be. Get it together. She gave me a shot last year. I've done some events since then, but to be honest, this was my first big media red carpet. Now, you wouldn't think so because your girl was prepared, okay? I came in ready to go, and we had a really great time. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lish Speaks, and I am here at the BMI Trailblazer Awards. Today, we're honoring none other than John P. Key, a gospel legend. Listen, if you know gospel music, you know who John P. Key is, and I'm excited because coming down the red carpet today, I've heard there are going to be a few of our faves. I'm going to try to ask them all the questions that you want to know, but I really want to know how John P. Key has impacted and encouraged them on their journey. Stay tuned, because I'm bringing you all things BMI Trailblazer today. So y'all, I love John P. Key, and there is really legit, not even trying to be funny, there's no CHH without John P. Key. John P. Key is, I feel like, the founder of mixing R&B and hip hop music with gospel music. Just for a little idea, John P. Key and Kirk Franklin went mainstream around the same time, but John P. Key put his album out about a year before Kirk. They worked together a lot. So what we often give Kirk Franklin so much credit for, Kirk actually gives John P. Key the credit for. So when they say I'm your favorite rapper's rapper, I'm your favorite's favorite, that's what John P. Key is given. And it was such an honor to be in the room. It was such an honor to hear people's testimonies about what his music had done for their lives. You know, personally, for me, my favorite John P. Key song is Rain, which did not get performed, but it's my favorite song. It has helped me so much. New Life, The Anointing makes a difference in my life. So many John P. Key songs that I've gone to in times where I needed them. You know, I think about the song I Do Worship. That's one of my favorite songs to set the tone for my quiet times and my prayer times with God, because it brings me in. You know, one of the lyrics says, "For your goodness and your glory, for the joy inside your story, for the peace you give to me, for the day you set me free." I love that song. And so it was so cool to see, people give him his flowers, but they did an epic mic toss. And so many different singers got to shower John P. Key with their love. He sang, he gave an excellent speech about Catherine Bruton and her mother, who really changed his life. And so his connection with BMI runs very deep. It's not just the music, and I love that. As you guys know, if you know John P. Key, if you follow him, he had a health scare last year, a really bad health scare where he thought he was not going to make it. And he talked about how the prayers and calls and reaching out of the people around him got him through. It was a powerful time. Jacqueline Carr, baby sang her face off. Zacardi Cortez sang his face off. Donald Lawrence and the Company. Vanessa Bell Armstrong. I don't want to miss nobody. Lisa Knowles, Lord Jesus, what's the lady name? Hold on, let me get it, because her and her kids all sang their faces off. It was incredible. Kalante Gavin sang his face off. Lena Bird Miles started out the tribute. Incredible. It was something to see. Truly, it was something to see. Lisa Knowles Smith and her children. It was something to see, y'all. And personally, although I did not get to meet John P. Key, they were very protective of him, as they should be. Although I did not get to meet him, sharing rare air felt really good. Let me tell you who I did get to meet and who I had an amazing interview with. I got to interview Kirk Franklin. Now, if you grew up in the 90s like me, Kirk is our guy, right? Kirk is our guy. And he was so humble, so kind, so generous with his time. It really did. It actually took me aback a little bit, because I thought, sometimes when people are of a certain stature, they kind of bypass, different media outlets. But Kirk came over, we talked, we laughed for a bit. He shared what John P. Key means to him and to gospel music overall. Take a listen to what Kirk had to say about John. Good to see you, Kirk. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. You are a legend, right? You and John P. Key started around the same time. He came out, 92? You came out 93? Something like that?
Yes. Yeah.
How much has his music informed the way you show up and perform and write?
Oh, there is no Kirk Franklin without John P. Key. That he is the blueprint for what we understand is contemporary movement of gospel.
Yeah.
Just the whole movement. We are indebted to him.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. People want to write music today, but they also want to do well in business and still give unto the Lord. Give me one piece of advice for up-and-coming songwriters.
That you are an owner of nothing but a manager of everything. So everything that you do, you have to do it like you are in service, and that your job is to hear and to be intentional.
I love that. Kirk, as you are giving out flowers today to your friends and fellow legends, smell some of your own. You deserve them. We love you. One of the first people that I got to interview was Dr. Bobby Jones. This man is a gospel icon. He's also a media icon, being one of the first people that I know to have a show on a network covering gospel music and the genre of gospel. Check out a little bit of what we talked about. I'm here at the BMI Trailblazer Award 2025 with a legend, Dr. Bobby Jones. Listen, I grew up watching you on BET.
Grew up.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I'm only 37, so I grew up watching you. I just want to thank you for your yes to the Lord. How important is it to be here to celebrate John P. Key today?
What'd you ask me?
How important is it for you to be here to celebrate John P. Key?
It's very important that I'm here to celebrate John P. Key, because he has given us so much in the gospel music industry for years and written so many songs and had so many great singers with him. So all of that builds up to being here to honor him today.
I love that. Listen, you are a trailblazer in media as well, having a show on television for gospel when that was not a thing. How would you advise someone like me, new into media, but wanting to do it for the Lord? What advice do you have for us?
Well, if you really want to have a show and you want to do it for the Lord, ask him to give it to you, and know that you have to go where people are that do what you want to do, learn the skill, and let the Lord bless you.
All right, now listen, since you're here, I'm going to ask you want to be my mentor?
Sure, I'd love to be.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Me too.
My name is Lish, and I will find your people, send an email. I would love your advice and your expertise.
Anytime you want to.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really love that interview, man. I actually asked him if he would be my mentor, and he said yes. We got that on camera, so I'm going to go back and check that out. But I love that BMI invites and honors and sets a place for the legends like Dr. Bobby Jones. There's not many spaces that say, hey, come here and we're going to celebrate you. Let me tell you something. BMI, Catherine Bruton, what they are doing over there for gospel music is so special. And I hope that one day we can do something like that at BMI, particularly for Christian hip hop. But Christian hip hop was definitely in the building. Listen, I got to talk to Ace Harris, which was incredible. A shout out to Reach Records. And I got to talk to 1K Few. Check out what we talked about. I'm Lish and I'm here with Ace Harris. Listen, first of all, you do so much for CHH. I just got to salute you. I am partners with you on Holy Culture Radio. I have a podcast there. We are the only station representing CHH on Sirius XM. So I just got to give you your flowers on a personal note real quick. But I see you got one of these beautiful awards around your neck. How does it feel to be celebrated here today?
I think it feels great. Obviously, this is a gospel type of genre, but Afro gospel, Blaze, which is I think adjacent to Christian hip hop, is allowing people to see that the gospel got many different expressions, many different sounds. So I'm here to be a representation of that sound and that culture. Shout out Blaze and Reach Records and everybody. Yeah.
Shout out. Listen, John P. Key is one of the founding fathers of integrating hip hop and gospel music. Tell us about his impact on your life, your sound, and how you write music.
John P. Key is a legend. My wife plays his music literally every single day.
Period.
She loves John P. Key. And I like his stuff has a rhythmic feel to it that feels inspired by hip hop in a lot of ways. Because he was making music in the 90s and doing stuff, taking gospel music to heights that it hadn't seen sonically. So I'm a big fan of John P. Key. He's an innovator, right? So we got to celebrate him. So. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Ace. And remember to get your flowers today. Enjoy this award for yourself.
Thank you so much for thinking of me. And shout out to all you got going on. And glory to God. It's going to be amazing.
Peace. All right. Good to meet you, man. I got to talk with Zaytoven, who does secular music and Christian hip hop music and is actually starting a trap choir. We talked a little bit about that. And we talked about what John P. Key has meant to him and how John P. Key has influenced his music. Check out our conversation. All right, I'm here with Zaytoven at the BMI Trailblazer Awards. You have mixed every kind of music and made every kind of music. How much of an influence is John P. Key to you?
Oh, John P. Key is the biggest influence. I was just saying, when I first learned how to play music in the church, Jesus is Real was the first song I had to learn. So I remember going home practicing that every day till I got it perfect and right. And when I was younger, I actually went to a concert and he called young people up on stage and I got a chance to play it with him while he was performing. Now here it is, years later, I have a personal relationship with John P. Key. So this is just everything for me.
Amazing. I heard you say your mom was a choir director, right? How have you really allowed the choral sound to impact the way you produce?
Funny you say that. I just started a gospel trap choir. It's called Radical Revolution. And it's just me. I remember coming up playing in youth choirs and everything. So that influence is hitting me right now where I can bring that back. I got my boy 1K Few out. He over here talking. So we just started the choir. We actually do our first performance on Monday. And I mean, that's the biggest influence I had in music, is the choir.
Amazing. Let's get you and 1K talking about that real quick. We got 1K. We got 1K in the building.
Hey, I know what's going on.
Listen, tell us about this gospel trap choir.
Hey man, look, you just said it. I ain't gonna say too much, man. You know we ain't gonna go that route, but Radical Revolution on the way. Come on, man. Zay, 1K Zay. Y'all know what's going on.
Period. Listen, do a favor for me real quick. Shout out Holy Culture Radio.
Hey man, listen, man. If you on with any other culture, y'all gotta be with the Holy Culture. You feel what I'm saying? Holy Culture Radio, y'all know what's going on. It's the kid 1K Few. It's the legend.
Zaytoven,
Come
checking
on,
in.
man. Y'all stop playing. We just told y'all, don't be faking. We just told y'all now. Hey man, listen, man. It's the kid 1K Few, man. I'm right here with the one and only Lish. You feel what I'm saying? Better than your favorite dish. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we in here, man. ATL.
Peace. All right, peace. Thank you, bro. Sorry. So I really enjoyed those interviews, and I got a chance to kind of see how these artists prepare to be in these spaces. You could tell that some of them were a little nervous. You could tell that some of them were really excited. But overall, there was such a camaraderie in the room. Even amongst us as media personalities, we were helping each other. I was fanning people and we were making sure each other had water. I really felt like this was a gospel event, that Jesus was to be praised here at this event. And it was really, really fun to witness that. I'm here with Aaron Lindsay at the BMI Trailblazer Awards. Listen, it's loud. We got a lot going on.
Right.
But I see that you have a purple around your neck.
Sign of royalty.
So you have already won, and congratulations on that. How important is it to be here celebrating none other than John P. Key?
Oh man, John P. Key is the blueprint. All of us learn from him. I've been in the business 30 years, but even before then, he was doing it, and I learned a lot from him, how to blend hip hop, urban with choir culture. And here I am, I don't know, about 10 or 12 awards later, and I still credit a lot of what I learned to John P. Key and his impact on me.
I love that. Listen, you said 10, 12 awards later, which means you've had to persevere through some things, right? You had to go through the ebbs and flows of the industry. What advice would you give someone who's just starting out?
Well, I'm from LA, and we just came through these fires. And if there was any reason to give up, that would have been one. But I watched our city. I'm a pastor now, so I pastor a church called Believe LA. And one of the things you got to always do is believe. You got to believe in what God calls you to do. You believe in your gift, and never give up. Turn a no into a yes, but trust God. Work as though everything depends on you, but pray like everything depends on God. And the next thing you know, you'll be standing there looking at what you said.
He don't know how not to preach. He just got to preach. I love to.
I'm a songwriter. That's what we do.
I love to see it. Listen, enjoy your day to day. Get your flowers and enjoy this time. All right. All right, man. Good to meet you. I love music. I love songs. And so the idea of people winning awards for songwriting really impacts me, because these songs change our lives, right? These are the songs that we overcome to, right? These are the songs that we cry to when we're going through. These are the songs that we travail to, right? And so one of the songs for me that has really changed my life is My Name is Victory, written by Jonathan Nelson. And I got to talk to Jonathan about that song on a personal note. And then we got to talk a little bit about what John P. Key means to him as well. He also gave advice to up-and-coming songwriters. And I really want you guys to lock in and check this out. The legend, Jonathan Nelson. Good to meet you. Yes, that's you.
One day I'll be there. Okay,
No.
I'm going up to be there.
No. I heard you were writing songs in your bathroom, okay? My Name is Victory has given me victory many a day. All right, so thank you. My name is Lish. I'm with SiriusXM. Good to meet you.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing? Listen, how important is it for you to be here as a legend yourself, celebrating another legend in John P. Key?
I mean, okay, so, when you drive a car, you go over on the bridge to get to the next place. When you build buildings, you build a foundation in order to build a building up. John P. Key is the bridge. He's the foundation. I mean, we have James Cleveland and so many others, but in this modern day of gospel, there's no modern day gospel without John P. Key. He gives the best concerts. He had the best band, the best songs. I mean, it's John P. Key. You know what I mean? Like, he is the GOAT, and I'm excited to be here.
I love it. Listen, you've written many a song with many a choir director, right? What, you still serve in your local church, if you could call it local, the way y'all do it over there. What advice would you give to a songwriter who's trying to make it in the industry, but still wanting to keep God first?
So get a mentor. Donald Lawrence is my mentor. He always feeds me great information. Get with the local church, right? Because you can brand your songs in your local ministry, right? And then now we're in a day and age where churches are streaming. So your songs can become popular and you haven't done it on purpose. I mean, so those are like just two things for me. Got to get a mentor. You got to get somebody. You need to connect to a local church. And then whatever you do, be authentic. Write what God has given you. Don't try to make it anybody else, make it you.
I love that. That was a great answer. Thank you so much. Later on, you can give me your skincare routine because you are glowing. But go ahead and get to Vita. Go ahead.
It's called water.
Okay. Another songwriting machine I got to talk to was Eric Dawkins. Dawkins, if you know, you know, hits on top of hits on top of hits. And for me, gospel music has such a special place in my heart Because without gospel, there is no CHH, right? Like, we take so much from gospel music, just like at the inception of hip hop, it took so much from soul music, right? And I don't say take in a bad way. Like, we borrow, we get inspired by, we sample. And so to hear someone like Eric Dawkins talk about gospel music was really a treat for me. Check out what he had to say. All right, I'm at the BMI Trailblazer Award 2025 with Eric Dawkins. Listen, you already got that purple thing around your neck, so we know who we're dealing with. We know what time it is. How does it feel to be celebrated here today as we celebrate the legend, John P. Key?
You know what? I love it every time that I'm celebrated. It just lets me know that my obedience to God is paying off. And that's really the bottom line of it. I do this because I love it, but having the accolades from your peers and fans is just, that's icing on the cake.
Now tell us the influence that John P. Key has had on your writing and your music.
Oh man, I used to listen to John P. Key when I was younger and absolutely trying to play all the music that he put out because, for one, the music was always hidden, especially for a church kid. I'm a PK, so for us, it's always trying to incorporate some of John P. Key stuff in the service, whether we were singing some of his songs or not. But he's been a huge influence all the way back to the Edwin Hawkins Music and Arts Seminar Choir. When I first heard him, he's been a big inspiration.
I love it. Listen, we are so honored to be honoring you today. Take a moment to get your own flowers while you're giving out the ones to John P. Key, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Enjoy your time today.
Thank you.
I also got to talk to Otis Kemp and Mignon, who have the remix to the song in the church parking lot. Otis also won an award for songwriting. I love that song. It has a fun vibe. Check out a little bit of what they had to share. I'm here at the I'm here at the BMI Trailblazer Awards. We got Otis Kemp Jr. and Mignon in the building. I heard y'all got a little remix coming out. I saw the video. I saw y'all shoots. I'm plugged in. Listen, I'm very much plugged in, okay? Tell me how important it is today to be here to celebrate none other than John P. Key.
Listen, everybody know he's on my Mount Rushmore. So if you don't talk about John P. Key around me, because we might have a problem. But John taught me how to sing. I got kicked out of chorus the first day of school. So I just went home, rewind my tapes, wash me. I mean, all the different show up. John taught me everything. There's nobody who has style like him that just pushed the music genre to the next level. I mean, everyone else came after him, but he knocked down the doors and he created doors. And for us to be here today to honor him, she just sung on one of his records recently, so she definitely has something to say as well.
Mignon, really quick, your voice is incredible, right? As someone who writes and sings behind so many, how are you navigating this space, stepping out and doing your thing, showing up on this remix the way you are?
Well, honestly, it's preparation. God has been preparing me for a very long time. And so I'm just thankful that now I'm in position and I'm ready. The door has opened and I am ready to walk through the doors that God has prepared for me. So it's all been a preparation. 10 years ago, God started me for this moment. And so I'm just grateful to be here.
I love it. Really quick, either one of you who want to answer this. For this child that's out there, the kid, the teenager who wants to be a songwriter, but wants to still be able to give God praise in their music, what's a piece of advice you'd give them?
I would say just do what God is giving you to do. So many people thought that the music I was doing was a little too urban, a little too this, but I believe that Paul had an assignment, Peter had an assignment, and they work for the same boss. So do what God called you to do. Be consistent, keep God first, and allow him to download those melodies and understand the business of music rather than the fame of it.
Yeah, that's good. And I would just simply say your journey is your journey. Don't compare your journey to anybody else. Focus on what God has for you.
I love that. Thank you guys so much for being here. One of the interviews I had the most fun with was Lloyd Nix Jr., a songwriter, incredible, awarded for writing the song That's My King, and really gave incredible advice to up-and-coming songwriters. And he also talked about John P. Key's influence on him. I enjoyed this interview because it was just something very real and down to earth about this brother, but also you could tell that he studies his craft. Check out what he had to say. All right, I'm here at the BMI Trailblazer Awards show with Lloyd. Listen, first of all, congratulations on winning the Songwriter of the Year award. What does it mean to be at an event like this honoring none other than John P. Key?
I think John P. Key has paved the way for so many of us, and I don't think he gets the flowers that he deserves. I think he's even bigger than gospel. He's transcended music. He's set trends that I feel like a lot of people don't pay him homage for. And so tonight to honor him is just an honor to just be a part of that. Especially for me, I didn't grow up in church, and one of my first introductions to gospel music was in my uncle's car, and he would play John P. Key.
Yes, I love that. You know, being a songwriter and winning an award for songwriting is such a special thing. What's your advice to anyone coming up who wants to be a songwriter, particularly in gospel music?
Continue to write, even write the bad ones. It takes a lot of bad ones to get to the good ones.
Awesome. That's great advice. Listen, congratulations again and enjoy today. Soak up your own flowers today, okay? My pleasure to meet you. Artist Major, who is known mostly for a secular song called This Is Why I Love You, but if you really listen to it, it could be a gospel song too, that's used at many people's weddings, was in attendance. And I had the opportunity to hear this brother sing at Stevie Wonder's concert a couple of months ago. He has a song called I Pray For You, a powerful song. And he sang his face off at the concert. So I was so excited to tell him that I was there and that I had heard it. And he really shared with me, you know, what music means to him. We had fun because if you know Major, you know he's silly and he has a good time. Check out what Major shared with me. Listen, I'm here with none other than Major at the BMI Trailblazer Awards. I was at a Stevie Wonder concert a couple months ago, and you came on that stage and sang I Pray For You, and you wrecked it, okay?
I'm getting chills right now because for you to acknowledge that, just reminds me that the work is seen and it's impacting. That means so much to me.
We see you and we hear you, and we see how fly you are. Listen.
I'm holding the award until I figure out how it works with the
Listen, period. Listen, you have hardware already. So how important is it for you to be here celebrating other legends like John P. Key?
You know, John P. Key is the GOAT. You know what I mean? And I remember growing up real young, it was his songs were the first songs that we learned in gospel. He made the blueprint of contemporary gospel. Like he set a bar and everybody worked their butts off to try to meet it. But he just sits in a class all by himself. He's a godfather of this thing. And so it's an honor to be amongst all of these folks celebrating his impact.
I love that. Now listen, while you're giving out flowers today and seeing your friends and legends, I want to encourage you, smell some of those flowers of yours, all right? Smell the flowers we want to give you. Thank you for your gift, your yes, and your influence.
You have no idea how much that meant to me. Thank you.
I see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
It's your girl Lish Speaks here at the BMI Trailblazer Award 2025. I just finished doing the red carpet. I got to interview Kirk Franklin. I got to interview, the names are endless. It was an amazing time. I'm about to go in and enjoy this award show. BMI already owes me nothing, but make sure you check out all the content that we got coming to you from the BMI Trailblazer Awards 2025. So guys, I had an amazing time at the BMI 2025 Trailblazer Award. Got my little press pass, which I'll be saving as a memento. I was able to meet so many amazing people. These big events don't happen without so many people behind the scenes making it all feel beautiful and seamless. I really did enjoy my time and really can't wait for the next one. BMI, you owe me nothing, and thank you for giving our legends their flowers. Nobody is doing it like y'all right now when it comes to these smaller trailblazing award ceremonies, and I just appreciate the opportunity to be on the carpet and in the room. Listen, this has been a true testimony of letting yourself in, because to be honest, this was something that I was a little bit afraid to do, a little bit nervous, a little bit worried, wanting to be perfect, wanting it to go over well, and not exactly knowing who was going to come, right? You don't always know who's actually going to show up on a red carpet or who actually is going to stop to talk to you. It's a lot of thinking on your toes, a lot of ad-libbing, a lot of making the artist feel comfortable enough to share. And so I was a little bit nervous, but I walked through my God-given door. I let myself in as a media correspondent today, and it felt great. Listen, to God's glory, I pray that something that you heard in one of these interviews encouraged you. I pray that you feel inspired to trailblaze something of your own, The name of this episode is Into Trailblazing, because my desire and encouragement for you is that whatever God has put on your heart to do, you do. See, when John P. Key and even Kirk Franklin, they talked about this, when they were doing what they were doing, no one else was doing it. Right? No one else was using the sound that they were using. No one else was pioneering. They were pioneering a sound. And some of you are called to pioneer some things. Some of you are called to trailblaze some things. So I want to encourage you in this episode, Into Trailblazing, to walk through that God-given door and blaze the trail he set out for you. This has been another episode of I'll Just Let Myself In with your girl Lish Speaks. Listen, you know where to find us. Same time, same place. Sirius XM, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, channel 140 every single Monday night. If you check us out via YouTube, check us out on Holy Culture's YouTube, check us out on my YouTube, Lish Speaks. I would love to hear from you. Hit me up on Instagram at Lish Speaks. You can also email us, speakers@lishspeaks.com. Let us know what you want to talk about, what you want to hear, any questions you want us to answer on air. I'm encouraged, and I hope that you are too, and I'll see you back next week. Peace.